Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Akio Bujo. Have to say that in the beginning now so that my videos don't get stolen again. First of all, I want to say that I am sick. I have a cold. I just started one of 2 summer breaks that I get because I teach summer school. And I'm telling you guys, every single time I go on break, I am sick. And whenever we're working through the week leading up to break, because of the population of students that I work with, there's a lot of aggressive behaviors and eloping and just overall chaos in my room and in the other rooms in the building and through the school in general. So it's always kind of a hectic week leading up to a school break. And because of that, I've been wanting to record some videos, but I just did not have the energy. And now that I'm off and I have the time, I'm sick. So I apologize. Hopefully I don't sound too repulsive. My throat is to the point where I can comfortably speak, which is progress compared to the last few days. So bear with me here, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging forever. It's been a while, so I wanted to give you an update and show you the changes that have been going on with my planning and my planner in general. So the most obvious change is I am in this lilac Touch Me junior size planner from VDS. I retired my black one, my Noir, for a little while. So the story with this is I love purple, as many of you know. I just wasn't able to tell on camera what shade of purple this was, and I thought it looked kind of grape in the past, and it's like my least favorite shade of purple, so I had stayed away from it. And then these went on like a clearance because VDS was going to stop making the Touch Me's in that color. They're retiring the color, and I decided to skip out on that because at the time I was really stocking up on Foxy Fixes, and I just didn't need another planner. So I contacted Petra a couple weeks ago to see if she had any left from that sale, and this was the last one that she had. And she was so wonderful. She still gave it to me at clearance price, even though at this point it's like limited. It's the last one, so arguably she could have charged me more. And it got to me within a week. It was such fast shipping, such fast service. Like, I sent the PayPal payment through, and within 2 hours I got the notification that it was moving. So I can't say enough good things about the customer service at VDS and the quality of the product. So I am very, very happy with this purple, and it obviously matches all of my stuff because everything is kind of purple, and I'm really, really loving it. I do still really love my Noir. It was hard for me to put that one aside, so I'm definitely going to bounce back and forth between those two. And then this August, the new colors for the ready to ship Touch Me's are coming out, and the one color Pearl, it's like a really, really light gray. I am going to purchase one of those. So black, gray, and purple are my 3 favorite colors, and I will have a planner in each of those from VDS to go between. So I'm really excited about that. I did stretch the strap like I always do to give myself a little more wiggle room. And yeah, send me a message if you want some help or advice in doing that. It seems more scary than it is. It's really not that big of a deal, but when you spend a lot of money on something, I can understand why you would be hesitant to start yanking on it. So most of what is in here is the same. The big difference is my dailies. So these are printables from Jacinia Plans Yesenia Plans. I'm not sure which way she pronounces it. I couldn't find her on Instagram. I wanted to start tagging her in my posts, but I couldn't find an account for her. But she is on Etsy, and she has the cutest freaking printable inserts, like super cute without being like cartoony at the same time. She has a mental health self-care bundle that I really liked, and she's got a lot of cute bundles. So I started using these instead of, let me get out, or wait, do I still have them in here? I do. Okay, here they are. So instead of my Moleskine daily planner pages, I basically missed having the box around everything like I used to do in my Moleskine notebooks. I don't know, it's a nice cute little framed look, and I missed it. So I did try here to do that. It's tricky because they're lined, they're not grid or dot grid, and so I really have to like make special effort to try to get my lines straight. And because of this pre-printed date up here, I can't really utilize this space, so it's weird. So I did give it a try to see how I liked it, but comparing this to this, I strongly prefer this. But my problem is I had to monkey around with the sizing quite a bit. So here is one of the printables. I scaled it up 115% is what at first I did like 110, and then I did 117, and that was too big. So 115% is a good size for me because I am used to using pocket size traveler's notebook size papers as opposed to pocket size ring size papers. So to show you here, this is from AliExpress. It's pocket size, so it's a big difference on both sides, but especially on the top. So like these would be teeny tiny, and I just I don't like that. So I scaled it up 100 to 115% and did all the trimming and all of that. That's why I like printables, because they're so accessible. I don't have to wait for them to ship, but I'm just not that great at it. I'm definitely not that fast at it, so it's kind of a big time investment. So that would be the major drawback against using my Moleskine, which I just take the planner sometime in like November or December. I cut it apart, punch it, trim it down the right way, and then I'm set for the year. I do the whole year at one time. So, you know, it's a big time investment then, but I'm not doing it repeatedly, so it doesn't seem as tedious. So I really like the date, like the day of the week is printed here, and it has this cute little bow clip that's just enough cutesy for me without being over the top or being like seasonal, you know, a pumpkin or a snowflake or something like that. Like you can use that year round. However, my Sharpie pen does bleed through in some places. I don't mind ghosting at all, but the bleed through bothers me. So I stopped at Staples to get some better quality paper to print on, and they're like $25. Are you kidding me? No, I am not ready to invest that much money into a little thing of paper when I might decide to stop doing these. So what I might do is print them at Staples for a month and see how I like that, because the paper that they load their machines with is much nicer than what I use here at home. And then I don't have to commit to buying the huge pack, and I'll have a whole month's worth. However, what I wanted to do here with you guys today is to take a look at this Tomo River paper that I have. I had bought notebooks. Let me see if I have one right here. I have one somewhere, but I'm not going to dig all the way through it, through my giant collection. So basically, it's just a little Tomoe River traveler's notebook insert. I bought a bunch of them when they were on sale from an Etsy shop. Oh, let me think of their name. Oh, it'll come to me, guys. And if you want to know, and I don't remember to put it in the description, just send me a message and I'll tell you. But they were having a sale, so I bought a whole bunch of them. And I actually wanted cream, but they only had the white. They were sold out of the cream. And now I'm really glad because I have moved away from cream and I like the look of white a lot better. So I had taken at least one of these notebooks and I had cut it up to use in my rings, and I use it for my monthlies. Yeah. So I'm in this weird thing where I'm like, okay, do I want to buy thicker paper so that I can write on it without my Sharpie pens bleeding through? Or do I want to use the paper that I already have that is thinner and less bulky and won't bulk out my planner as much and use that, because that also won't have any bleed through. And the drawback would be that it won't have the cute little bow clip on it. So I'm not sure. But what I wanted to do with you guys today is make this page, this daily page. And because I've been sick, I've just been laying in bed reading all day. I actually have it right here, Good Omens, because I wanted to read it before watching the show. And it's really funny. I like it a lot. It's very much my kind of humor. If you're an overly religious person, I wouldn't read it because it kind of just mocks Christianity and religion in general. But if you are not a religious person, such as myself, you might find it kind of funny. I definitely do. So anyway, side note, let me get out a cute color here. I have really been feeling that mild liner lately, so that's the one I'm going to use. Get out my Sharpie pen. Move this to the side. So okay. I always like to have a border, but I don't want to get caught up in the holes from the punch. So okay. Excuse me for the sniffles, guys. I apologize. So just do a basic border. I don't use rulers because I don't do well with them. They end up sliding, and I would rather have something look like I did it like by hand and just eyeballed it than I have a really straight line but at a weird angle, or with like a slip mark, and it just proves that I'm incompetent with a ruler. So yeah. This is a brand new Sharpie, but I'm not super impressed with it. I feel like my last pack was not quite up to par. I don't know. The tips kind of wore down at an angle more than they usually do, and I feel like they're not writing quite as bold, but oh well. Maybe it's all in my head. Okay. So I like to do the box. I think it just adds an extra pop. If I was just to do it in color, I don't think it wouldn't have the same pop. It wouldn't have the same appeal. Hopefully I'm staying in frame. I turned my brightness way down on my camera because I really don't have the amount of battery that I should to be filming. So hopefully you guys can see. So like this isn't bad. This isn't something I would do on a daily basis. Just like these printables, I would do it all at once for the month. Pick my color schemes and go with that. So there's that. And then, oh dear God, what is today? I don't even know. I get a couple of days into spring break, summer break, and all of a sudden I don't know the date because I don't need to. It's a good feeling, but I'm gonna try to keep track of time as it elapses. So today is Saturday. Oops. June 22nd. And sometimes I like to make my date a little prettier just by widening my downstrokes. I don't do any kind of lettering because, quite frankly, I've seen the process and I do not have the patience at all. And I don't really want to. It's not something I want to work on. It's not a skill I'm itching to acquire at this point. I feel like I'm mouth breathing like crazy, you guys. I'm so sorry. I might not even post this. I'll have to listen to it and see how gross I sound. Whew. Okay, so Saturday. Let's give myself a realistic to-do list. Rest up, drink fluids, vitamin C. I don't want to put sup because that reminds me of suppository from my nursing days. But I am going to take 2, so I'm going to put ×2. I took 1 already. I would like to get some orange juice. Buy orange juice. I know that my husband is getting Chinese for dinner. Okay. What did I actually have to do? Oh, what I wanted to do was begin reading Begin. Oh, that's cute. Begin reading Good Omens. And so that's gonna bother me. And that is why I always keep some of this around. Slipped a little bit though. Let's see. There we go. This cute little whiteout my husband got for me. It is retractable, which is really nice for keeping it in a bag. There we go. Begin. It is the Bic Whiteout Mini. It comes in a 2-pack and it's retractable. So it's really good for keeping in my pencil pouch, which I keep inside of my purse. Okay, and then I'm going to put film YouTube video. Okay, so I did rest a lot today. I've been drinking like crazy. I took one of my vitamin C, so I'm gonna half cross that out. Haven't bought orange juice yet. I know Aaron's gonna bring home dinner, or he's gonna have to turn right back around because I am expecting crab rangoons. I did start reading this. I'm almost 100 pages in, actually, which is really good for me, considering I fall asleep every like 3 paragraphs. So yeah, and that leaves a little bit of space. Normally I leave space every day. Like here, I double spaced because I know I wasn't gonna have too much. But on a busy day, I single space, but I always leave room at the bottom because I like to write what I did with my husband and what I did for myself. So a lot of times, the last few things you'll see on my dailies are, you know, ate dinner and watched Hulu with Babe, bubble bath, fashion challenge, and read before bed, something like that. It's really routine, but I want to make sure that I'm prioritizing my marriage and myself. So, and if I had kids, obviously, I would also make sure there was something in there. I'd put that I read them a bedtime story, or we went for a walk or something like that, so that I can look back and no matter what state of mind I'm in, how I'm feeling, depression and anxiety wise, I can look back and say, but I've spent time with my husband every single night, but I took time for myself every single night. And I think that's really important. So I'm going to leave the rest of this blank. If anything else comes up that I have to do, I'll just squeeze it between here because I did double space. So now, well, actually, let me do this with one that's filled in. Okay, so side by side here, what do we think? Pretty similar, not hugely different. I think I'm going to take an Instagram picture of this and post it in my stories so that people can vote on which one they like the look of better. Sometimes I like people to help me make up my own mind. Just looking at this, I like that this is Tomo River paper. I like how it feels. I like that it can handle anything I have to throw at it without bleeding through, and that it's nice and thin. So I might even be able to put in like 2 months in here instead of just 1 if I wanted to. However, these printables, like once I get in the flow of it, it's not so bad. And they do come with weeklies. So I haven't filled in this week at all. Like I usually go back and do the weather. But the weeklies come with it, and that's really nice. So that would be one more thing that I have to draw out by hand if I was to use the Tomo River paper. So that would definitely be a drawback. But if I did that, then my dailies, my weeklies would both match my monthlies, which would be kind of cool. So I don't know, guys. Maybe leave a comment below and let me know what you think, if there's even enough of a difference to make it worth changing it. Or if I should, I mean, right now I have the rest of the month printed and probably a good chunk for July to keep using these if I wanted to, just on the basic paper. I'm still not crazy about the fact that it bleeds through, but it doesn't in most places, just here and there. So, yeah, so I got options, guys. I can splurge and buy the nice paper and just do it at home. I can go to Staples and print off a month at a time there, and I don't have to worry about ink or paper. Just stick my card in the machine and go. Or I can do them by hand and not worry about technology at all and use the Tomo River paper, which I already have. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. I'm definitely interested to know your opinion. I don't really ever change anything with my planning. Not really. Like, Peanuts Planner Co. has an insert for like anything I've ever thought of. And now I'm using just any printables, and there's one other shop, I can't think of the name of it right now. But I do have printables from a few different sources, and I don't mean like throwing in a budget tracker or throwing in a book log. Like, that's not really planning for me. That's more like list making and budgeting and things like that. So, yeah, I'll add those and take them out and move them around and things like that. But like my actual planning, my to-do list, my appointments, special events, scheduling, all of that it really doesn't ever change for me. I've been cutting apart the Moleskine weekly and daily planners for so long now and just using those pages, and it's worked really well for me. I just don't feel like it's as cute as it could be, and I'm in like a cutesy mood. I don't know if it's the purple planner but or the fact that it's like sunny out and it's pretty and there's flowers, but I missed the cuteness, and I missed the little bold border around the edge. So let me know what you guys think. I hope I didn't sound too stuffy and gross through this video. Thank you for bearing with me. And my husband and I go away in 2 days. I have the rest of today and tomorrow to kick this cold, and then we're going away for a few days. We're staying in a resort in the Thousand Islands, which is only a couple hours away from where we live, but it is a whole other world of gorgeous up there. We're going to go to Bolt Castle, which is a favorite spot of ours, take the boat tour through the Thousand Islands and into Canada, and spend time at the resort, on the docks, at the restaurants, in the sun, by the water, and soak it up for a few days. So hopefully I will stop being a congested mess and be able to enjoy myself. So after that, when I return, I do want to make at least 1 or 2 more videos and get them out to you guys. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed but you're interested in future videos, please consider subscribing. Yeah? There's so many different terms now. Yeah, I think it's subscribed on YouTube. Subscribers, not followers. That's Instagram. For God's sakes. You know what I mean. Click the thingy and it'll tell you when I have a new video. And hopefully I will sound a little bit better. So thank you guys for joining me. Comment below and let me know your opinion. Or you can find me on Instagram at akio.bujo. And I'm definitely going to take a picture right now, post it to my stories with a poll, and see what people think. Thanks so much, guys. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.